Hi, my name's Fanny Garstang. I'm a multi-genre independent author, and I'm also the organiser alongside my husband of the Stroud Indie Book Fair, where we're heading into year 3 of doing it. I will confess I was not spontaneous. I was inspired by a fellow indie author, Liz McDermott, who I met 3 years ago at her own organised event in Swindon, and I am now also part of a WhatsApp group of indie authors who are all organising their own indie book fairs. We are all based along the M4 corridor. So I thought, with what knowledge I do have and learnings, because as we are always learning how to improve and better our events, I would share with you some of the tips that you need to create your own indie book fair. As we know, in Britain, we are great for our book festivals. There's book festivals nearly everywhere. They are not always welcoming to independent authors. We're probably too small, too unknown, so they're not interested in us. So we need to be proactive for ourselves. We need to show the country that being self-published does not have the stigmas that it used to have. We have editors, we have cover artists, we are not poorly written, and in fact could even be considered better than the big publishers, where we've got the freedom to write whatever we want and share whatever we want and mash up genres to our heart's content. So, how to set up your first book fair. There are 2 things you need to do first simultaneously, if you can. I know it sounds crazy. Firstly, you need to spread the word that you are thinking of creating a indie book fair and you are looking for authors that might be interested. So put it out on your social media, find your local writing groups and email them, let them know about it. Create a Google form so you've got their details ready for as soon as you've got a date and an idea of the price, you can let them know, and then they can all decide whether they're coming or not. On that Google form, I suggest getting the obvious things like names, but also get their genre, any social media tags, so that when it comes to the social media side of it of promoting, you can share them and make sure they're tagged in the posts, and so they're aware that you are doing it. You also need to know if they've got a table. I know that sounds silly, but not all venues will have either A, enough tables, or B, any tables. So that's something to be aware of. And also see if they've got public liability insurance, because not all venues will be able to cover you. So for example, my venue, I've only got 12 tables. I'm very aware that I've only got 12 tables, so I need to make sure that I have plenty of authors that can also bring their own table, as well as giving those that don't have a table the opportunity to have a table. You also then, at the same time as getting an idea of how many authors are interested, finding a venue for yourself. So that lovely country house manch hotel with their venue, with their room, yes, it looks beautiful, it looks great, but sadly you won't get many people coming unless you have a huge promotion allowance, which you won't. You're small fry. So you need to look for where there is footfall, where you'll get some readers wandering in, where you'll get people wandering in. So has your town, your village got a lovely little market? So for example, in Stroud, I've got the huge farmers market and then the shambles market. So I've got loads of footfall, so that on the day I hopefully will get loads of spontaneous wanderings in. And also be honest with yourself. If you can only get a pub in the middle of town with their venue, that space that can only fit 12 tables, it's your first event. Take it. It's an opportunity and no one's going to complain. So after you have found your venue and you have found your authors, you now need to get your readers in. So to get your readers in, social media actually plays only a very small part. However much people talk about how great social media is, I have found that social media is not my thing. You are going to be looking at your local area. It will be the local people that will be coming, not the people that live all the way over in Texas, in Tennessee, that follow you. So you need to be looking at how to get people aware of it around your local area. So there are banners. You can posters on the day, hand out some leaflets on the day, get a media statement in your local paper, or if your local paper is really willing or interested, they might even do a proper article either about yourself or about yourself and the event. The radio. I was lucky my first year I got on BBC Gloucestershire and got to talk about both the event that I just started and about being an indie author. Did I get much traffic from that? Probably not, but I didn't know that it was a risk to take. You never know what's going to happen. I also have what's called the Local Answer, which is a local magazine that comes out monthly, and they do a What's On event in there. So I paid for that. I've got banners that will go up before the event. And then also, this is where Facebook does come in handy. So there's loads of groups out there that'll be like, what's on in your local area? And you can put all the events, all the different, and it'll be filled with dots of different events. So you can pop your own event into that. And also, what about your council? Can your council help in any way? Can your local library help in any way? What about the local tourist information board? So I'm lucky, once again, Stroud has a What's on Stroud website and Facebook group, and so my event will be showcased on there. So you now know how to get your readers, and you have and you'll need to get costings of how much it will cost to do the advertising, create a banner, printing your posters, printing your leaflets. Maybe you'll need to pay a little bit to create a logo. You now have your location, you know how much that costs, and you know and then you now need to divide that by the number of authors you can fit in that room. Realistically, most events will be costing, for an author, will cost between £20 to £40, depending on the size, on your venue and the like. And then an author will probably happily pay that sort of money as well, and he's more expensive than that, and they'll start going because they've also got to decide whether it's worth the money to bring all their books down, to travel down to buy your table, and whether they'll get the money back from it. So that's it. So costs. And then finally, be prepared that it's your first event. You never know, you don't know what's going to happen. You will learn from it. It's a first event. You'll have some authors that won't be interested in doing it again. Fair enough. You'll have others that just love the fact you've organised the event and will happily support you anyway. I will say I have some of those in my group of authors that are coming back. And then, make notes. You'll learn from it. So if you do want to do another one, and you will have authors saying, yes, do another one, please. And you might hopefully have some readers that pop along and go, yes, do another one. We want another one like this. So fingers crossed on that. And then be sensible. Don't overpromise. Don't overfill your space. Don't make it too crowded. Make notes, as I said again. We are constantly learning. Last year, we put a lot more banners up. We also did a lot more on the day. Obviously, hello, look, we're here. We bought feather banners, which were fantastic, lovely wavy things. And then the authors will understand if it's a bit quiet. I mean, they may not want to come back again, but also they will take it as an opportunity. They'll sell one or two books, and that's one or two books sold. They'll have spoken to readers that hopefully you never know will go online and buy their book. But they will also then take it as an opportunity to network, to meet other authors. They might get involved in something, or they will hear from your event about somebody else's event, and then they will probably hear about somebody else's event. And for us, it's a great opportunity to learn about other events that are happening around the country, around them, that they can follow up on and we can make ourselves known about. So it's not just about selling books, it's about showcasing authors, it's about networking, and that's what we all need and that's what we all want. So I hope that has given you a bit of confidence to potentially go out and give it a look, investigate whether it's possible for you to do. If you have more questions, I am on Instagram under my name, so please DM me. I'm not perfect, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. It's only my third event. I'm never planning it to be a huge, big thing. Like if any of you have heard of Authors at the Armories, I'm definitely never going to be that big. I don't want it to be that big. It's the idea is that it feels more intimate, if that makes sense. And And I definitely don't want to turn it into a book festival. I don't need to turn it into a book festival in Stroud. We have an amazing one as it is. So, and that is it. So, good luck. And if you do tag me, if you do create an event, I'm sure I will either see if I can come along, or I'll definitely share that you've got an event you are organising.